and this can give you a little window into those of you who are a little bit newer of why I'm a church planter. I fell in love with Jesus at a church plant in Fremont, California, in our first year of marriage, where God did a number on me. When you graduate Bible college, you're going to change the church and you're going to save the world. I just want you to understand that when you get that Bible degree. You're like, I got the answers, you're going to fix everything. God's plan was for me to be a substitute teacher for a year in San Jose School District. Because I was a very black and white person, very right and wrong. I had no shades of gray. And then I met people in poverty situations who it felt like life was not dictated by their decisions, but by their environment. And I started to soften. As I started to substitute teach for high schools in downtown San Jose, where I was like, wow, why are the police here with their bulletproof jackets on? Oh, I better walk fast to the faculty lounge. I mean, that was where I started to understand more about God. It was in substitute teaching, because it wasn't fun. Remember what you did to your substitutes, and shame on you. But through that process, I started to understand more about God, and I started to fall deeper in love with Jesus as I volunteered for the first time at a church, just to volunteer. Spent through all of my spare time at the volunteering. I was on the worship team, I was a youth volunteer, I just showed up, bugged the pastor in the middle of the week. Eventually went, we need to find a way to get you on staff. So he gave me a very fancy job title, assistant pastor. Not even associate. He told me I can't be an associate because he can't protect me if I'm an associate. He said, you need to be an assistant because you need to learn. But remember, I had a Bible degree and I didn't need to learn anything. So he took me under his wing, and then through that process, in that first year, and in that going on staff at this church, I started to fall deeper and deeper in love with Jesus, because I started to understand more of him as I started to learn to love broken people, as I started to learn to love high schoolers who were given a horrible shot at life. As I rode to a suicide treatment facility with this 15-year-old girl, I started to learn more about God than anything I learned throughout my entire life. And through that time, I started to be able to give a reason for my hope that I was preaching. As I started to have relationships with hurting people, I started to be able to give a reason for this hope and why it was real. I'm a church planter because I fell in love with Jesus at a church plant in Fremont. I want the opportunity to create environments for people to fall in love with Jesus. Have a little bit of coffee, but fall in love with Jesus.